Disc golf discs are pretty complicated. I imagine most of you guys are just like me when you started. You didn't really know anything about flight numbers or glide or anything like that. I started out using a starter pack, but when I quickly lost those discs, I went and bought a mid-range. That was my main disc for quite a while, but I never even looked into what a mid-range was or that there were even putters and drivers. I just threw what I had. I thought it would be interesting, since there are so many different speeds of discs, to make a master list of the best disc for each speed. So that's what I did. Today we're going to check out the best disc for every speed. Now, I made this list with a combination of things: sales, popularity, recognition, and my own opinion. Some of these on the list are the backbone of disc golf, like a Buzz and a Destroyer. Some of these you guys might not have heard of because I threw in a few funky discs. Discs that have speeds of 2, 5, 7, 9, and 12 are the most popular discs, so those ones I made sure that they're the most renowned discs. But for the 15 speed, well, you're just gonna have to wait and see. Here we go, the best disc for every speed. One speeds don't accomplish much. I mean, they just drop from my experience. So I thought I would throw in the most famous / infamous disc out there at the number 1 speed, the Kastaplast Berg. It's a very interesting disc. I would only use it for upshots that are tricky, not much else. But as 1 speeds go, having the Berg, not a bad idea. Choosing a 2-speed was tricky. This is the majority of the best putters. Every manufacturer pretty much has a 2-speed I could have thrown in here, but I like my choice. The Discmania P2, most of the guys for Discmania rep this putter. It's very versatile, very high up there in sales, and it's a disc you would want in your bag for sure. The Axiom Envy became famous last year after James Conrad threw it in at Worlds to force a playoff with Macbeth. After this throw-in, sales skyrocketed for Envies like crazy. Pretty straight flying putter, but just the fact that Conrad threw it in made so much money for the disc that I had to throw it in here. 3-speed disc, the Envy. I would say the most important approach disc you're going to have in your bag. Every player needs one, it's going to be overstable, and it's probably going to be a Discraft Zone. Just like with a 2-speed, pretty much every manufacturer has a 4-speed overstable disc, but the Zone is the best. Top 5 selling disc, the best of the best, Zone is where it's at. Back-to-back spots for Discraft. 5 speeds, pretty much every single mid-range speed out there, lots to choose from. Unlike the Zone where it's going to be overstable and mainly used for approach shots, the Discraft Buzz is super versatile. There's so many great mid-ranges out there, but again, the Buzz is a top 5 disc, so it needs to be in here. Not many 6 speeds out there, kind of mid-range, kind of fairway driver. I picked the MVP Relay. It's a great beginner disc and pretty solid on the sales department. A pretty underrated disc in my opinion and can be used in many different ways. Definitely the best 6-speed. Had to have a Latitude 64 disc on this list. I think the best one they make is the River. Super versatile 7-speed disc, easy to throw, and does great sales for the company. Plenty of 7-speed discs out there, slow fairway drivers that most of amateurs throw. The River is the best 7-speed, glides really well, and can be used for so many different shots. Well, I said there was going to be some strange ones on the list, and here's one of them. The 8-speed Binks from Elevation Disc Golf is certainly an interesting disc. Flies like a driver, lands like a putter. The rubber material that it's made out of helps for amateurs to stay in the fairway when it lands. 8-speed is a more obscure speeded driver, but the Binks, I would say it's the best. The most valuable discs on the market in terms of collectibles, the Firebird and the Nate Sexton Firebird at that, are some of the highest selling discs out there, but when it comes to the use of the disc, it holds up. Great for overstable forehand shots. The Firebird is a must-have in the bag for a 9-speed. The second Discmania disc on my list, the 10-speed power driver from Discmania, is a great first step to learning how to throw distance drivers. It's not going to get away from you like a 12 or a 13 speed would, but it's still a step up in how to advance in those higher speed drivers. Lots of companies have great 10-speed discs, but I think the Discmania's PD is one of the best. Now we get into the big boy drivers, and for the longest time, Innova has been dominant in that realm. The 11-speed Wraith is a top 5 disc in both sales and popularity. In regards to uses, it's an overstable distance driver that's going to keep you out of trouble. I enjoy throwing it at water because I know it's not going to go in the water. Easy. The most popular disc out there with the most popular speed. 12 speeds are usually the top discs for manufacturers, and nobody does it like Innova. Back-to-back spots for the best discs. The Destroyer has been in the game just too long and at the top to not have it in here. Possibly the best disc ever made. The last Discraft disc on my list, the Nuke. This distance driver by Discraft has been at the top for popularity for the company for a while. Now that we are getting to higher speeds with wider rims, you have a problem. These drivers are hard for amateurs to really get the best out of, but if you're a pro, the best Discraft guys are going to be bombing these for a while. Another unique disc on my list is the Loft Boreum. 14 speeds are pretty rare for most companies. Innova has some that are popular, but I wanted to include the Boreum for its design. The rounded rim provided by the Boreum helps with grip and glide. Also, the design is pretty cool. I liked it, and for 14 speeds not being super popular, I thought that this disc should be included. Now we get to a very interesting part, 15 speeds. Personally, I've never seen one, but the research shows that Innova made 2 molds for 15 speeds. They don't make them anymore, but I still wanted them on the list. So I chose the Michelin for the 15 speed slot. Pretty unique disc. Let me know in the comments if you guys have thrown one before. I hope you guys liked my list. Make sure to comment down below any discs you would prefer to see instead of what I showed you guys. With so many different discs out there, I imagine there's going to be a lot of protests to some of these discs. I included the super popular ones, but I'm excited to see what kinds of different ones you guys like. Thanks for watching, guys. Bit of a different video on this one. If you enjoyed it, make sure to check out my channel. Plenty of other videos you guys might like. Alright, we'll see you next time.